Good morning, everyone. Today I'm going to tackle something that's been in the back of my mind for absolutely ages. It's something that bugs me on a daily basis if I care to look at it, and something that I have known I need to do. Have you ever looked around your home and wondered where all of your money went? Do you look around your house and think, what would happen if I died in an accident? Who would get the unenviable job of sorting out this house? And let's not even mention the feelings of guilt of wasting so much money on so many needless things does to your brain. I know it does to mine. It's the cluttered, overcrowded space that needless stuff brings with it, isn't it? There's stuff everywhere and nothing in the right place, with every surface covered with something that you can't find a place for. And in the end, you start not wanting to go into a room just because it doesn't make you feel good. So you close the door and you leave it for another day, and you don't feel good about yourself either. If you recognize this, and it refers to things that you do every day, then this video will help you. If I took the time to add up all the money I've spent on things I didn't need and things I've never even got round to using, I would scare myself half to death. And here's a confession. I have been like this for the last 38 years, perhaps because up until I was in my 30s, I was always short of money and I never had any funds that I could call my own. In my 30s, I qualified as a podiatrist and set up my own private practice, and for the first time, once it got going, I had available income that was actually my own. I no longer needed to ask permission if I bought something, and that was a revelation. I think I went a little bit mad during those years, primarily because I was in an unhappy marriage. So new shoes and handbags and all sorts of things were a salve for my unhappiness. It set me up for years of using shopping, almost like a form of antidepressant, but unfortunately the buzz that I got from shopping never lasted long. Then, 14 years ago, I met my darling boy. And if you haven't watched that video, you can see it here. So I met my darling boy, and now I very rarely buy a handbag or a new pair of shoes. I'm no longer unhappy, unfulfilled and unloved, and it's made all the difference in the world. Who knew that meeting the right person could bring about such a sea change in one's behavior? But it did. I no longer need to buy things obsessively. I don't need to, but sometimes I do. But that's going to stop. Cross my heart. I don't need to buy all the latest tech stuff. Buy more and more handbags and shoes. And yes, I did do that for a long time. It's a displacement therapy, and it just ends up making you feel far worse because you feel guilty than you did in the first place. In fact, in recent years, I've even cut down buying clothes. I tend to wear the same things week in, week out, because they're comfy and stylish to a degree, and because I don't tend to go out anywhere, so I don't need all the new stuff. So here are the reasons I have decided to simplify our lives by decluttering our home and embracing a simpler life. Minimalism. I'm going to do it using the Swedish death cleaning method. Swedish death cleaning isn't morbid like it sounds. It's a well-known concept in Swedish and Scandinavian culture where you work on eliminating unnecessary items from your home so loved ones won't be burdened with the task after you die. And it's an ongoing task, so you don't do it once and that's it. It's a way of living minimally and keeping up with stuff that doesn't need to be in your home. So here are my 10 good reasons for wanting fewer items in our home. Number 1, my darling boy, as lovely and gorgeous as he is, has never been one for tidying or sorting things out or even paring things down, bless him. In fact, before he sold his former family home, it was left up to me on my own to sort out his house and declutter over 40 plus years of stuff that he and his darling late wife had accumulated throughout their life together. It was an absolutely gargantuan task, and it took me an entire week of working literally from dawn until dusk so that I could get the house ready for him to put it on the market. He had 2 skips that I filled, and I can't begin to tell you how many times I transported large boxes of stuff to the charity shop. Number 2, if I died before him, it'd be an absolute nightmare for him to clear things from the house if he wanted to move somewhere smaller and more manageable. Downsizing, I suppose. Number 3, I can't in all good conscience leave anyone with this job whilst I have the ability to sort it now myself. Number 4, it would be a mammoth task to clear out all the extraneous stuff that we have in this house. It really is. 5, I'd feel so guilty leaving my daughter with the task, not just because her health has taken a downward turn in recent weeks, but also because I think it would be an incredibly unkind and selfish thing to do when I can start doing it myself now. I don't want that for her. Number 6, it would be far easier for me to clean and tidy this house if it didn't have so much stuff in it. Number 7, it would bring me peace of mind for all sorts of reasons. Number 8, it would be uplifting to my spirits. It really would. There's nothing like looking at something really tidy. A bit like just having had the grass cut and you see all those lovely stripes in the lawn and everything looks tidy. It just brings me joy. I mean, that's sad, isn't it? But it does. It brings me joy to see nice stripes on the lawn and everything looking tidy. Number 9, it would enable me to be more creative by clearing my mind of the clutter that keeps me stuck. I'm just looking at my art tables out there and I have got something on the go. In fact, I've got 3 things on the go at the moment, but I am going to do this and I can't do everything all at once. So I have started that, I have started videoing it, but this is my priority at the moment. And number 10, The fewer items that we have, the less we have to concern ourselves with. That's a big thing, really, isn't it? And lastly, as a bonus, it will look so much better. I do love things to be tidy. So I have decided to start to pare down our stuff to almost the bare minimum. Very little will be kept, and what is will have to be needed, currently useful, or beautiful. And over the next 30 days, everything else will go either to be donated to someone else who can make use of it, or a charity shop, or if it's not wanted by either of the first two options, then it will go in the bin or be recycled. It will be a case of less is being more, being less stuff equaling more peace of mind. And who wouldn't want that? Join me as I tackle 38 plus years of combined clutter and reclaim our lives. I'm finally taking action. Join me on this essential journey. Can I reclaim our lives in just 30 days? I do hope so. And here we have it. The place where I have bought so much and used so little. It is a room I hate going into, primarily because it just reflects back the fact that I'm never going to use this stuff, and I really do need to get rid. Every drawer is filled with stuff. All these bags are filled with fabric. All those shelves you can see are filled with fabric. It just is a constant reminder of my overspending, and something that I am definitely not going to do again. Yes, some parts are quite organised. Some drawers are quite organised. This drawer is tool I'm going to keep to make tutus for my granddaughter Lily, as I've made a couple before and she likes them. This next drawer is full of scraps of fabric that I'm going to keep because I can utilise them, as well as the next drawer. And the rest of the drawers I'm going to look at and decide what I need to keep, but all the rest I'm going to give to V Tanner on TikTok, who is a sewing instructor and also a costume maker. I've allotted the next 2 days to this task, with this room and the loft room being my main priority at the moment because there's so much to get rid of. As you can see, all the drawers have got something in them, and I have so much fabric, so many yards and yards of fabric, that I'm sure V Tanner will be able to utilise them. V is coming round a little later to load up her car. I think it'll take her 2 trips, and I'm going to give her all of the shelving as well, so that she can organise her own workroom. I think that will afford me a lot more space in this room, and it should look quite enormous once I'm finished. But I won't be sorry to see it go. It represents so much money that I've wasted, and so many unfulfilled possibilities that I had for myself that I haven't achieved and now feel guilty for. I didn't even show you the enormous roll of pattern making paper and also the cardboard roll that people use to make patterns. I'm so glad that V will be able to use these items and all this fabric in her sewing classes. It's great. And here I am, halfway through packing up all the boxes for V to collect, and all these bags of fabric. Right, I've been doing this for 4 hours now and cleaning along the way, and I can tell you it's taking me forever. This is how I left it last night at 9 o'clock. And clearly I have got some tidying and sorting to do today. Oh Lord. And this is how I left this storage room, that is our loft, last night, thinking I would get to grips with it today, and I will, because I do need to. It's going to start getting hot again and I couldn't stand to be in this room otherwise. So onwards and upwards. I'm going to get cracking now. Wish me luck. I'm going in. There we go. Finished. Ta-da! I got up very early this morning because this room is like a little oven and it's hot. And it's going to be nearly 80 degrees today. But I have finished it. Ta-da! Also, to almost quote Jonathan, if you have been, thanks for watching.